How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be looking at this Freddy vs. Jason 6-pack of socks. Yeah, a little bit different than what I normally do. I do product reviews sometimes, but I mainly talk about scary movies, but I wanted to do something a little bit different and just kind of have a fun, whatever type of day. So we're taking a look at this 6-pack. I'm a big fan of horror movies. If you guys seen the channel, you know I'm watching horror movies all the time, and I usually am wearing a horror movie t-shirt. But socks, I don't have too many socks, or at least too many themed socks. The problem with those is I feel like not enough people see them. I wear long jeans all the time, and not too many people see my socks, so I haven't worn too many fun and festive creative socks as of late. But I saw this and I couldn't pass it up. I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, and I saw that this pack here had 6 of them, and I couldn't resist seeing that hockey mask there, So I picked this up, and we're gonna do a little bit of an unboxing, take a look at the packaging, take a look at all the designs out of the cardboard, and let's open up by showing the front. It simply says, Horror, 6-pair casual crew socks. So yeah, kind of vague on the front, and in fact, it only says Freddy vs. Jason here on this barcode. I got them from Walmart for, I believe, 12 bucks, so essentially $1 a sock there. And I'm thinking the front was a little bit vague, because if we look at the back, it actually has in the copyright information, it references the character of the nun from the Conjuring universe. So I'm thinking that they have sort of a big blank template that they change slightly for whatever kind of socks they're doing, which means they probably also have a Conjuring set of socks, which I'd be curious to see how that worked out. But anyway, on the back we get a preview for each of the socks. We get these two up here that are Jason Voorhees' mask, a close-up where they turn the whole mask into a sock with some blood on the bottom. And then here, these ones I think are going to look cool. It's a black sock with a bunch of little white hockey masks. And then here's the almost piratey logo with the mask, and it looks like twin machetes, and then F13 for Friday the 13th. And then with the Freddy Krueger socks, we get the hat and the gloves kind of floating around in this pattern. And then we get 2 socks with the silhouette of Freddy Krueger. And then a really simple sock, but overall one that I really like, just the Freddy Krueger stripes as a sock, so you could almost wear that and it would blend into just a regular outfit. People might not know it's a slasher thing. So there's the packaging. We got the blood on the side, and I'm going to try to open this up without making too big of a mess. Let's see. I think if I slide the knife, yeah, there's a tab here, and if I do that on both sides, that should pop it open relatively easily. Let's see, front folds down, yep, and there are all the socks on the inside. Let's see how well they all come out. Okay, they got a little buckle down here so I can unbuckle each one. So I guess we're going from the bottom up. There are the Freddy Krueger striped socks. So yeah, a relatively plain pattern, black on the heel, little copyright thing on the bottom, and yeah, the classic Freddy Krueger red and green. But anyway, so this is the classic Freddy Krueger red and green sock, and the green does actually seem a little pale. I'm not quite sure what's up with that, but whatever. And then flip these back, we get another buckle, unbuckle that, and we're gonna get the silhouette sock. There's Freddy Krueger's silhouette, and when it turns down to his legs, it just gets all black from there. What does the back look like? Okay, so the heel disrupts the graphic a little bit, but you do actually get his arms coming down on either side, and oh, NLP, New Line Pictures, right? And that is the second set of socks right there. Moving right along to the last Freddy Krueger, and I'm going to go ahead and just take this box off screen after this one because they're all gonna be buckles, and it's just kind of getting in the way now, so let's put you down there. And then this is the hat and glove one. That's a pretty good picture of the glove for a sock, you know? That's a whole lot of detail you get on this sock. Now I am kind of curious, with heavy stitching patterns like this, what's the inside gonna look like? Okay, we do get some threads on the inside, but it's not a thready mess like I was worried it might be. You know, sometimes, like, here's a little bit of a rougher spot. Sometimes the inside of decorative socks are just such a mess of knitting and stuff, but this one does appear to be okay. So yeah, that's the last of the Freddy Krueger socks. Now we move on to the Friday the 13th ones. Alright, first on the Jason sock side, we have the Crossbones, the Jason Voorhees hockey mask with the double-bladed machete and the F13 logo. I guess they couldn't fit all of Friday the 13th, so best just to go and get the initials. Now, one thing I noticed is there is apparently a left and right. You see how the hockey mask is scooted one way or the other, and then if we flip him to the back, where we can see that extra little bit of the machete, we see that the machete pokes up on the left and the right. Now, I'm not sure which one's which. I guess just whatever looks better, but you see that tiny tip versus the larger one. And then, of course, there's the blood splatter all around the sock. Now, if we look inside, there is some netting, but or extra stitching, but it's not too bad. But what I really want to see, if I can get my hand in there, how bad does this stretch out if it was on your foot? And overall, not too bad. I was worried the mask might stretch out of shape or it might look weird, but hey, that's holding the image on the foot there. Well, hand, right? Because I can't reach my foot up into camera. That'd be weird. But yeah, looks like the picture holds pretty well. So that's our first Jason sock. Now moving on to the one that I'm the most excited about, the black with the mask on it. And I'm thinking it's a little bit of Jason's eyes underneath there, which is a pretty good detail. And we're getting almost all of the holes here. Maybe even all of them, yeah. So that's a ton of detail, and they're really geometric and neat. No axe wound. Actually, no axe wound on any of these masks here. So I'm wondering, are these are part 3 or reboot? They're probably based on the reboot. Did he had the axe wound in Freddy vs. Jason, right? So yeah, here is the Jason mask up close. And on the back, there's the heel, and there's the trademark. So yeah, these are pretty cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to wearing these. These, I like black socks, simple repeating white pattern, but it's Friday the 13th. That's pretty cool. So these are cool, and then moving on to the last one to take out of the box, look at that. All these little tabs here. So let's flip this sock up, undo the last tab, and then we have this weird little tab monster here. Anyway, so this one is the one where the whole sock is the whole mask, so that's a pretty cool idea. And we get to see there's some shadow, there's the correct number of holes, well, there's correct here, and then the nose. We're actually missing a lot of the side holes because this does get cut off on the side, so we only get one, but there should be 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 up here. So yeah, doesn't go really on the back too terribly much at all. Is that just a little bit of fluff? Yeah, it's just a little bit of fluff. And then there's the logo. So overall, a pretty cool sock. Kind of keeps it simpler, having the essentially just the mask pattern on the sock. I kind of wonder why they did black here. If you kept it white, then the whole thing would be a sock. And also, pretty bright, clear white. I know that a lot of times they've been trying to yellow up his mask to make it look more creepy. And you don't really notice it on the other socks, but when it's a big sock, this is definitely the bright version of the mask typically associated with the beginning of Friday the 13th, part 3. So yeah, a pretty cool mask, and then the blood splatters on the bottom. So overall, that's a fun 6-pack of socks right there. We got nice Freddy Krueger ones, including the classic sweater pattern. A little dull on the green, but what you gonna do? This really nice floating hat and gloves. And then you got the big mask, the medium-sized mask, and the small floating mask patterns. This one, probably my favorite. I think the masks are a little bit long for some reason, but whatever. Yeah, and also these are black instead of red, but that keeps it simpler, so I really don't mind. But overall, $12 for 6 pair of socks, 12 socks, $1 a piece. Yeah, that's pretty good. Or at least that's the price I found them at Walmart. Obviously, different times, different places, it might change, but for what this is, that's a pretty fun set of socks right there. I hope you guys didn't mind a little bit of a different video, but I like to try to shake things up every now and then, do something a little bit different. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching, and to everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be some playlist that's in some way related to this. I have no idea what it will be. But if you want to see me talk about more stuff, you can find that there. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.